All right, guys, I'm driving to a birthday party right now, but I just had this crazy thought. So I'm getting baptized tomorrow, rebaptized tomorrow, and I'm so excited. But I'm having this thought, and I'm starting to realize, like, at the end of the day, and this is about to be me just straight up yapping, but I hope you really take something from this. But even just to want to share a bit of my testimony, but also hoping that this inspire, because I believe that's genuinely, truly my God-given purpose, is to help others find theirs. But in the world that we live in, there's so much hatred. There's so much hatred, right? And I think the way the social media is, first off, social media is an absolute distraction. Like, I do everything on social media, don't get me wrong, that is my life. That is not my life in a way of like, oh, I can't survive without social media, but like, that's the way I do work. But you start to realize being rich does not always mean being rich in the pocket. Yeah, I'm not a millionaire yet. I will become one. That's no doubt in my mind that I will not be successful. But I start to realize, and I start to look at other people in this world, in this life that God even shows me, and the people that He places within me, that rich is not always going to be something meant like in your pocket. I know so many people personally that has the millions and millions of dollars, and sometimes they're completely lost. So it's like more of, let's chasing the 10K goal, and that's probably what a lot of you guys are at as far as being on that channel. I get it. I've been there. I've been trying to get the 10K, but now 10K is something that becomes normalized, and then it's trying to get to 100K, then it's a 200K. But what I've realized in this path of being a 22-year-old is, first off, I don't have it all figured out, but like, more importantly, second off, it's not about where you reach and where you get to, it's who you become throughout the process. And I think that's where most forget it. Where you're young, you have all this money, but that money is the only thing that you do have, and that is realistically your personality and nothing else with that. What I'm starting to learn as I've grown and as I become the man who I am today, because 4 years ago, I was a wild mother trucker. I was having mindlessly sex every week. I was all types of stuff. I can go on and on, drinking alcohol, partying, having no true purpose in my life, until I realized there was no fulfillment out of any of that. Yeah, I didn't have the money. I never had any of that. But even then, I still had a lot of those things that when people get money, they crave those things. But I didn't have to go through that, because it was something that it was something that I just had. It just happened to me. Like, you know, I mean, I was an ugly mother trucker back then, but somehow I still pulled it off. Point being, I'm not here to say, yeah, I had it easy, I was getting them, rather than someone who has money now, that's all they crave. You start to realize at the end of the day, wherever you are in that position, if you are the person with money and now you get the woman, or if you were broken like me and you still were getting the woman, there's nothing you get out of it at the end of the day, bro. And I'm here to tell you that. Like, I'm here to tell you, like, realistically, I'm still on the path of, you know, building my business. I've been in this game for 4 years. Yeah, I make the 20 to 50K a month, but always I'm trying to get to the next level. But then I start to realize I lose myself trying to get there. And that's not what I want to do. I've come to a realization, and that's just an acknowledgement as a man, and to realize that it's not always money for me. It's never always been money for me. I never came from money, but as I realized, the more and more I chased it, the less I was fulfilled about it. I became less fulfilled. I wasn't as fulfilled as I thought I would be, because the reality of it is you lose yourself in between that. And that's one thing that I would never do, is allow myself to lose myself. Never do it. And as I go through this new rebaptism tomorrow, it's bigger than just getting rebaptized for the sake of it. It's who I am, where my identity is with Christ, and more importantly, who I have become. Leading up to this, if I did not fully understand who I become, I could still be doing the same old shit that I was on. Like, realistically, that's what it is. You repeat it. We get so caught up in online seeing these lifestyles and idolizing these people, bro. But the reality of it is, God doesn't want us to idolize people. Like, be yourself. Like, be yourself. Like, realistically, I never understood why people look up to other people. Like, understand, live a life for you. I'm not trying to get on here and yell, but like, it's just the reality of the shit that most don't share. Like, yeah, I used to be a lost ass motherfucker, but what I can tell you right now, the path of being lost is the best thing you could ever experience, because you generally know who the hell you really become and who you are. Most neglect that. Most don't take it serious. Most don't listen to that voice in your head. And also, it's like, bro, we get so damn influenced nowadays by social media. It's like, yo, if you don't grind, you're off, and you're never gonna make it. But like, bro, I'm here to tell you, like, and like, that's the thing. You're on your own path. God has his journey for you. You're on God's pace, nobody else's. You know, and, you know, scrolling on social media, that can be a big distraction. We live in a freaking world of just mindless distractions, energy being pulled left and right. But like, realistically, if you can't be a control in that, then you are just a slave to your mind. And like I said, I'm not coming over here to yap and just yell. It's like the shit that I've experienced. I didn't come from much growing up, bro. I did not. Single mom, 3 boys. Like, I see my mom struggle through this shit. And I've struggled with it as far as mentally going through it as a male and not being as vulnerable as I am and open now. Back then I was, you know, it was a whole different ball game. But like, I pray that like realistically you put the noise out. And I'm gradually being open to you. I struggle sometimes with not allowing that noise to get in my head, but I got to remember myself. I know who the hell I really am. I'm not doing it for no blog. I'm not doing it for likes. I'm not doing it for the views. I'm not doing it for any of that shit. I'm doing it for what God has placed me on this earth to do. And by the grace of God, I will get there regardless. And I believe that more than anything, regardless of what social media influencer believes in me or what this dude believes in me. Who gives a damn? Nobody's opinion matters. Live your life for you at the end of the fucking day, because it does not matter. What they think does not matter regardless. Start the content. Start the business. Do what you got to do, bro. But at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, guess who's going to be there with you? Not them. Guess who? God. So remember that, bro. Anything that you do in life, like, take accountability and own up to that shit, but embrace it more than anything, because man, the shit that I went through to get where I am today, I asked for all of it, but like also it's a hell of a ride, a hell of a road that I had to get down. But I'm still on this road. I ain't got this shit figured. I'm 22 years old. But what I can tell you, by the grace of God, God has given me this path to learn myself. Like, people at my age are lost, either lost in the sauce, they are making the crazy money and they don't know what the hell, no purpose behind it. Like, I never will allow myself to get to that point. I will never allow my boys to get to that point. I'll never allow the people surrounding around me to get to that point. Because we generally know and thankful for where we come from and who we are. Love you guys. Hope you guys appreciate it. It was just a random thought. I'm so blessed and happy that I'm able to go through this rebaptism, because my relationship with Christ is stronger than ever before. God bless you guys. Love you guys. And keep dropping game on this channel. Talk to you guys soon.